WNBA. Let's go. Fast break, no fear, we play to win. Strength and power, let the game begin.
Welcome, everyone. You've reached discussions from the East Coast to the West Coast, and I'm Grandma Mo.
Lisa D, CT, and my Crocs are in sport mode. You're welcome. How you been, my friend?
Oh, I'm just fine. I've been having, basketball withdrawal for the most part, and watched a few college games, and but can't see them all. But
I can't either.
fortunately, someone puts them on YouTube, so I can watch a few of them.
Yes.
So there's college basketball. We've had some recent events with the WNBA, with the CBA, so we can talk about that.
Great.
And Unrivaled's right around the corner. We got what, 2 weeks?
Yes.
About 2 weeks to Unrivaled.
Players are in Miami. They're all on their teams. They had a media day. All looking
Did you see the
fabulous.
media day?
I did.
Yeah, I caught some of that too.
I need a media shoot. You and I. We need one. Get all clammed up. We're ready.
Yeah.
Same coach, and happy belated birthday. Your birthday was yesterday, so happy 39.
63 years old, which is unbelievable.
Listen, I know I just said yesterday, from 0 to 60 is really fast. And then after that, you're in hyperspeed. Ridiculous. Yeah. But you don't look 63, my friend. You don't look a day over 30.
I don't feel 63. I look at people that are in their 30s and I think I'm like the same as them.
I know. Isn't that unbelievable? I'm like, don't let it get you twisted, because I'll throat punch you. You know what I mean?
I've had some injuries that have made it. Like, I fractured my leg about a year and a half ago, and I started doing this walking. I was walking like 2 miles a day, and my legs started going numb again. So I can't do that anymore. So there's things that you have to kind of adjust after things happen. So, I mean, the stationary bike is my friend now.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Yeah, but that's okay. That's good movement. I walk every day. It's just something I've always done, and I'm able to get out. I just wait till I see a sign that says, you're leaving Connecticut, and I turn around and I head back home. I got a lot to think about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what do you want to start off with? College, you said. I didn't catch too many games, but go ahead. Who'd you get to see that you were impressed with?
Well, the ones that I've seen Connecticut, I've seen I've watched a few UCLA games, and then the one that caught my eye at first was as far as being surprised. Stanford was terrible last year, and that had a lot to do with Tara Vanderveer retired, and Kate Pay's the new coach, but she's been a longtime assistant with Tara, and so the Pac-12 dissolved, which I don't even understand any of that. Like, how does a whole conference just dissolve? And all the Pac-12 teams had to go somewhere. Right. So you had USC and UCLA go to the Big 12 or whatever?
Yeah, it is.
And Stanford is now in the ACC. That's Atlantic Coast Conference. That's your side of the country.
Yeah.
Stanford is my side of the country.
Right.
It's like, what do we do in the ACC? The first thing that caught my eye was someone had put the Stanford Tennessee game on YouTube. And I was like, oh, wow. And Stanford is very young and very tall. Very tall.
Yeah, what's going on with the drinking water or something?
I don't know, but there's a lot of like 6'5" people, and like those were unheard of. Anyway, so they're playing Tennessee, and Tennessee, UCLA beat them. But Tennessee's a good team. I mean, they're a top, I don't know what they're ranked now, but they're probably in the top 15. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm watching this Stanford game, and I'm like, whoa, Stanford is fast. They were fast. And I was like, and it's a bunch of tall white girls, with which usually you think the black girls are going to be faster. But anyway, but they were fast, and they have a couple black girls. But anyway, I'm watching them, and they're turning the ball over every friggin' minute. They had 30 turnovers.
Oh, Jesus.
They lost by 2. They lost by 2. Yeah. And I thought, Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty
I'm gonna
good.
watch Stanford.
Yeah,
They're gonna be because they were young. They only have like two seniors, and then there's a bunch of there's a I was and anyway they were on last night against Washington, so I was watching that last night, and I'm like, oh damn, Washington's a number 22 ranked team. Stanford beat them. Only had 10 turnovers. They might have had one near the end there, but it was around 10 turnovers.
yeah.
And they have this girl, I don't know if I can pronounce her name right. I can't pronounce it. Samad, I don't know. But she's like 6'5" and she's fast
Yeah.
and like agile and then they have these
Young.
then they have this little spark plug like me, like 5'6" person. This little spark plug that comes off the bench and she just flies all over the place.
Yeah.
Anyway, Stanford was behind most of the game, and then they caught up and they went ahead and then they held on. And I was like, oh my God, Stanford's going to be ranked.
Yeah.
They almost beat a top 15 team, and they just beat number 22 in Washington. And it was interesting to see because one of the players that played on USC, Howell, I remember her playing for USC. She's on Washington now, because USC lost a bunch and there was a lot of transfers and stuff. And anyway, it was pretty exciting to watch and it was fast.
Yeah.
It was fast.
Yeah, the games get real quick.
And I thought, how are these tall? I mean, and you look at them and they're like, oh, this girl's 6'5". I'm like,
I
holy
know.
crap.
I know.
She turned UConn down. Let me see if I can look it up.
You just want to pronounce her name.
I can't, I mean, they were saying it last night and I'm like,
Yeah, that's what happens. It's like, these kids have names and I'm like, oh Lord, I'll just go with the last name that I could pronounce because, I'll just destroy it. I have a hard
yeah,
time
they
with
beat
people
Washington 62-67.
Yeah.
And they outscored them 25-12 in the fourth quarter.
See, I don't get to see, well, of course, if I went on YouTube, I'd probably see it, but I don't get to see those games.
No,
It's
that's the
very
only way
hard.
I'm watching it is
It's
YouTube.
very hard to even get like UConn games, women,
Yeah.
you know. Um, I look and I think they're on today, UConn. I forget who they're playing today, but it's like it gets so frustrating. You know what I mean? That you have to
Yeah.
search for a game.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find this girl's name. It begins with an S. But then they have like a number of oh, crap.
While you're looking for that, I'm going to talk. I'm going to say that
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
obviously UConn,
Right.
11-0, ranked number 1. Sarah Strong, she's incredible.
Yeah, she
For
is.
a young kid. They played
Yeah.
today at 1:30. But on another note, did you see Sue Bird? They lifted her jersey to the rafters.
Yeah, I saw that.
They retired that on 12/7 at Gamble. And she's with Lobo and Swing Cash. So, God, it's like, I don't know. It just seems like there's, the rafters are going to be full there, you know?
I don't know. When she got her thing done, UConn only puts people in they only retire their number if they make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's the only,
Two, and you just
there's
said
two
that.
men and two women, and that's it.
I think Elena Deladon and Candace Parker may be headed there next year in the
Oh, I
Hall.
wouldn't doubt it. Okay,
Yeah.
her name is Laura Samafi.
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 I haven't heard about her.
Yeah, and then they have Haley Swain, who's very good, Ogden, and Chloe Clarity. Those three players were, and then the little spark plug. She had some name I couldn't pronounce either, but
Spark Plug.
anyway,
She'll forever be Spark Plug. That's all.
Yeah, she's the spark plug. Let me see, see if where's the
I wish I could see more games, college games. It's so frustrating to me, and you know what's going to happen when the draft comes around? That's when you start to get to know these players.
Yes.
Like I don't remember, I didn't see Sanaya Rivers play college ball. I'm sure she was great, and then she comes to the W, and you're like, oh, okay,
I didn't see her play until the March Madness.
yeah,
When March Madness was on, then I finally was able to see stuff. But yeah, I only see stuff on YouTube.
yeah,
There's like someone puts them on
frustrating.
YouTube, which I don't know how that happens. If I
Yeah,
put something on my channel and have a clip of something, it gets flagged. I'm
yeah.
like, well, how do you put a whole game on? But I'm glad.
Yeah, I know. You're glad if that's the only way you can find it, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, these kids are getting bigger, taller,
Well,
faster. It's a faster game.
it's not so much that, it's that they're very agile. I mean, when Cheryl Miller was
Yeah,
playing,
yeah,
she was 6'2" and played like a guard. And
yeah,
that's what made her so exceptional because she could move like a guard. Well, now, I mean, Diana Taurasi is 6 feet.
yeah.
Caitlin Clark is 6 feet. And they play like guards. It's like that
Different
was an
training.
anomaly. That
Different
was rare
training.
back in our day, but
Yeah, it's different training. Everything started earlier. There's
yeah,
different trainers around them. It's totally different.
yeah.
We went off of, you went off when we played, it was just your athleticism that got you through.
Yeah.
You weren't trained. You had
No.
the basic,
We had to,
do a stretch before the game. Half the people didn't even stretch. It's like, run a little bit. Now there's a routine. Who's got
yeah.
a who's got those bands that they use now, which was hilarious because not to jump to Unrivaled, but did you see Brittany Griner using a band with somebody else and totally freaking was stretching it and snapped it?
Oh no, I didn't see
It
that. That
went
would have
back.
been
It
funny.
went back at the other player. I was like, "Whoa,
Oh, that
he's
would
doing a
hurt.
band." Imagine that being a snapback, like an
Oh wow.
elastic band, and somebody lets go. Yeah, I
Oh
mean they
wow.
have all the equipment that we didn't have. Why do you think
Yeah.
they're fighting for all these facilities to be able to, you
Yeah.
know, get them, tip top shape, just like you
Yeah.
and I? Just kidding.
Well, I can tell you the weight training I did all those years has served me well at 63.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I
good for
mean,
bone. It's good for
it's
bone density, my friend.
I have people that are my age that are like they're like, "Oh no, do you need help with that?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. We help you. I know it does serve you well.
Yeah.
The only other girl that I saw in college was, like I said, Audie Crooks.
Yeah, she's been playing
She's
well.
just, oh my
She's
God.
the Charles Barkley of women's basketball.
She's on. I mean, you just
Yeah.
can't stop her. She gets in
Well, she's
low.
so big that you can't move her. So she's just going to plant herself and be like, okay, I got this space, and you can't do anything about it.
No, I know. She had like
Yeah.
47 in one of the games. I was like, holy smokes. I'm like, oh, maybe that's a whim. And then she kept doing it. And I'm like, wow, this girl averages like 27 points a game. That's
Yeah.
incredible. you
Yeah.
know, for
Yeah.
her size.
Yeah.
Unreal. I
Yeah.
mean, there you go. You talk about agile people, she takes a lot of crap over the fact she's a big girl. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But I tell you, she doesn't run like she's a big girl. I mean,
No.
she's pretty quick.
Yeah. For her size. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she beat
So
me in a foot race.
yeah, the other team that I've been watching is UCLA. And UCLA lost to Texas, but that was like a tip-off tournament kind of thing. And I think it woke UCLA up because they just had a bad half. There was like they started really slow. Texas was making every shot. They were missing just about everything. And then they put the pedal to the metal in the second half and like they caught up to like 4 points. They were down 4 points, but then they just didn't have enough time to catch him. But UCLA looks better than they did last year. And only because, I mean, Lauren Betts is Lauren Betts,
Yeah,
but the 4 or 5 other players that are surrounding are better than they were last year, from
right.
what I can see. Gina Nepkins, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, something like that. It's like Kne. She played for Utah last year, She's leading Division One in 3-point field goal percentage. And then you have Hawkes, and then you have Kiki Rice has been playing. Kiki Rice has been kind of streaky. She's been you don't notice her in the beginning of the game, and then all of a sudden in the second half, she's part of every basket practically. And then they had, and then Sienna Betts played her first game the other day. They won 100 against, who was it they were playing? Oregon. They beat Oregon 28 to, I don't know if it was 28. I remember it being on 28 for the longest time. But UCLA's defense was swarming like UConn's is.
Yeah.
And they weren't full club wrestling. And it was like 115 to 28. Yeah. They beat them by and they were just kind of doing their thing. And it was like, boom, there's another three. Boom, into Lauren Betts.
It's not uncommon to see a 100-point game.
Yeah.
There's so many blowouts. It's like,
yeah. Well, that's why I don't like watching it this time of the year, because they're playing schools that they shouldn't be playing, which I guess you have to fill the schedule, but still it's like.
But imagine, that's going to be the growth of the WNBA going forward, because there's just so much talent out there.
Yeah, there sure is.
There
sure is.
It's, not a problem, I guess, unless, you're a guy who keeps saying that the WNBA is useless, nobody watches it. It's gotten even more brutal online. So onward and upward, where would you like to go? Would you like to go to talk about the W?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts about the WNBA?
Well, I thought it was, nothing's kind of been happening. You've just been hearing things about the CBA, and there's no point in talking about teams because no one even knows who's going to be on what team with free agency and then the expansion draft. And so you don't even know who's going to be on everybody's team.
And I don't think anybody's worried about it right now, just due to the fact that they're all busy doing other things.
Yeah, they're not.
Who's in Euroball? I didn't know Euroball ended in May. I was like, wow, okay. I didn't realize.
Yeah, because there's always been an overlap. There's and that's why I remember a couple of years ago, Gabby Williams was saying something about, she didn't play one year because of that. They had that commitment kind of rule. And she was just like, well, what the hell are you doing? We make more money over here.
Right.
And you're forcing us to choose the WNBA, but you're not paying us enough.
Well, and now the W is what I said before we got on, is that they're trying to make the season earlier, which is going to mess up with the draft and go later. And you can't do that. You just can't. They're trying to ruin Unrivaled. They're trying to ruin, they're trying to hog the pie. And I don't think that's right.
And then pay the least.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. I know. Even with the max salary would be 1 million or 1.2 with bonus revenue. I don't know, who the heck would be the players to get that? Just who was there, and then minimum 225. The average is 500,000. Not a bad chunk of change, but it's the equity in the league that they're still in the revenue.
Well, the latest thing I saw, because the players union all voted to strike. So the next, I didn't read all the details about it. I haven't done that yet.
I don't know who was the 2% that didn't want it, because 98% wanted it. So 2 people didn't want to strike.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But they had Kathy Engelberg came out the next day. I saw a clip about it. I haven't read all the details, but it did say unlimited revenue share.
Right.
So that's what they've been wanting. So it like the latest thing that they came out with was way closer to what the players have been wanting ever since they said, okay, we're striking unless, you guys aren't even close to this.
Right.
And it's just, I think just the way there's a part of me that's like, you know what? Just start over. Eliminate the NBA from being investors. Stop that 42% stuff because all this stuff about the WNBA losing money is attributed to the fact that the NBA takes 42%.
Right.
And then you have investors taking either, I can't remember if it's 12 or 16%. So you have what's left for the WNBA.
Right.
And it's like, okay, if they're losing money, they're not really losing money because those investors are getting all theirs. And then what's left is what they're working with.
Well, now
That would be the only way you would do the math that, okay, how are they losing money? They're not losing money.
Now would be the time to cut the cord.
And it's like, okay, just get rid of them and start to have the WNBA be its own entity.
Yeah.
And it would be way better.
I agree.
And don't have Adam Silver pulling the strings and you get a TV deal worth 78 billion and you give the men 76.
Right.
And you give the women 2? How is that fair?
No, it's not fair. Well, that's the thing. That's what every guy doesn't seem to understand. It's one of those things. It's like you could go back and forth online all the time. I'm so tired of hearing, oh, WNBA. It's the same crap we've been hearing forever. At least, and I said, well, at least our games aren't fixed. You know what I'm saying? So, which they're looking into a lot of that stuff. It's just, they have to come with some kind of, they're going to fold. It's going to fold. And I think Kathy knows that if they don't come up with something that's equitable to, let's say, Unrivaled, that obviously has a better game plan than the WNBA does.
Their new thing is higher than Unrivaled. Yeah. But Unrivaled's only a couple of weeks. Unrivaled's only 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
Not bad.
The W's 5 months. Yeah.
Exactly. And then
but there's travel involved and all that stuff. So there's definitely more expenses playing with the WNBA. And that Project B, the only thing I know about it is it's a bunch of tournaments. It's like you're playing in tournaments.
Right. And it's like overseas and it's not just in America, it's overseas and what have you. A lot of players, that's 24 weeks. That will run starting November 2026. That goes till April. And, you got a lot of the older, players because it's like 2 million plus equity. But I don't know if I'd want, I don't know. I guess when you're at that point of your career, you got Jonquel Jones. Who else signed on? NECA, Alyssa, Jewel Lloyd, Sophie Cunningham, Camilla Cardosa, Kelsey Mitchell. They've all already signed on to that. But, it's a matter of, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know if I'd want to be going overseas and, but people doing Euroball are there the whole time.
Well, they're used to it from their past of just having to go over to play in EuroLeague anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so the plans that Kathy has, which trying to get to do to cut into NCAA, Project B, and Unrivaled, that's not going to work because players are finding other ways to
they're thinking if they're going to pay them this much, then they need to just But Unrivaled doesn't even overlap. That was the whole point of it. It's like this is in our downtime, so that shouldn't matter at all.
Yeah.
But if you're paying somebody $1 million and they get hurt playing in another league.
Right.
You think about it in perspective to like the guys. The guys play their NBA season and they don't do anything other than train the rest of the time. And it's like, but they're making, obscene amounts of money.
Exactly.
But when you look at a $76 billion TV deal, there's a lot of money to go around.
Yeah.
And I see things, I see comments online sometimes about, oh, well, the attendance. I'm like, the attendance is a little bit of money as far as what these teams make. It's the TV deals. That's where the money is.
Right.
And the fact that they only gave them $2 billion out of that $78 billion, That just irks me. But, if you're an NBA person, which I'm not against the NBA at all. I mean, I used to watch the NBA all the time. And but it's against their self-interest to give the WNBA more money out of that. It's
Right.
like, oh no, this is ours. But that's why they shouldn't be negotiating. It should be two separate things.
Right. They need to
Keep it the way it
just,
is, but don't have Adam Silver saying, here, we'll give you two.
you
We'll
know,
take 76, but we'll give you two.
I mean, how many times are you going to extend it? It was they extended the thing in October and then again in November. Now it goes to what, January something. That they have to make a decision on what they're going to do. I say, this is what I said.
I don't
Strike,
think it's going to come to that. I mean, look at how fast
strike
Kathy
forward.
Engelberg came out with a much better plan
Yeah,
than they had in the past.
yeah,
They're like, oh, they're serious. They're going to strike. Oh
yeah,
crap, we're going to lose a lot of money.
yeah.
Yeah, we need to up this. And
Because they know the fan base is behind them.
yes,
That's where the money comes in from, plus
yeah,
the TV contracts and everything
right.
else. But
Well,
I
those
mean,
come because the fan base is there.
right.
Yeah,
If you don't have anybody watching the program, I mean, that's it.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But yeah, I need to get back to like a regularly scheduled women's basketball game because it's just driving me nuts the last couple
Yeah,
of
it's not
months.
fun. I
It
mean,
is.
it's cool to catch a game on YouTube for the college, but there's a whole different, like you can really see the difference in the level of play
Yeah.
between college and
Oh,
the pros.
100%. A
It's like,
100%.
wow, like look at that. You go, you're watching the WNBA and then all of a sudden you catch a college game and it's like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like
yeah,
almost like a rec league. It's
yeah,
like in a certain, to a certain extent. The
right.
whatchamacallit. Oh, one thing I did want to mention because we talked about, as far as Unrivaled goes, Satu Sabali she's out of
Yeah,
Unrivaled because of that concussion. Remember I said that,
yeah,
she got concussed and they should have taken her right back and that whole mess up thing. I mean, it takes a long time to get over, the effects of that. So I was
yeah.
sad to see that. But do you know anybody on any of the teams? Did you pick like a team just by scanning over who's on what for Unrivaled?
I went through everything and then I watched the media day. There was a lot of clips on YouTube of different players' media days. And, I looked at each team and they all have a good mix of guards and forwards.
Yeah, I
And
know. I have a love in it.
really hard to tell who's gonna mesh well. And let me see if I can pull those up.
I
So I
which McCall I look through them all, on who's on what team and what have you. But I'm gonna be voting for, and it's not even my buddy Courtney, who's on vinyl, but the Lunar Owls. I
yeah,
like that team with
yeah.
Collier, Edwards,
Colliers and
Diggins, Mabry,
Leah Edwards is on that team too.
yeah,
She was
and
on the
Bam,
Mist last year.
yeah.
Let's see.
I look at 220,000 per player plus bonus plus equity. That's unbelievable. 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Uh, investors in that league are Steph Curry, Serena Williams, Coco Gauff, and Dawn Staley.
Yep. Yep.
I
Yeah, you
mean,
have
they're
like
pretty
looking
solid.
at the Hive as a new team, and that's got Kelsey Mitchell, Sonia Citron, Natasha Heidemann, Sonia Rivers,
Yeah, Rivers
Monique
is on that.
Billings, and Ezzy McGregor. So that's the
Yeah,
Hive.
yeah.
That's a good mix of players, and you have
Every
really good
team.
shooters on. You have Mitchell and Citron that can drain the threes, and you have Rivers and Heidemann that can run the floor like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
So that's the Hive roster, and then you have what was it? The Breeze has Paige.
Yes, they do.
Um, the Breeze has Ari McDonald, Kate Martin, Cameron Brink. They have Malanga. Malanga is going to be, watching her improve throughout the season. Dominique Malanga is going to be a problem in these upcoming seasons.
She's a
When
dunk this year.
she
Why don't
is
she get
going to
dunked?
be a problem. And then
Yeah.
you have Ricard Is it Rakia or Rakia? I always
Rakia.
Rakia
Rakia
Jackson.
Jackson. Yeah.
And then Paige, and then Noel Quinn is their coach for the Breeze. That's a good team.
Yeah, I
That's a
was looking
very
to
good
see
team.
there's a couple of guy coaches, but I was like, hey, for the most part they got oh, where did I meant to say what's her name? Sandy. Where did she go? She's in
Hamby?
Canada now, right? Sandy, um, coach for New York.
Oh, she
Um,
went to Toronto.
yeah,
She's the
Toronto.
new
That's it.
coach for Toronto.
Yeah. So that ought to be interesting. And then
Yeah.
they got a couple of male coaches. I'm like, can't. There's talented females. We've always said the female coaches. I don't get it. You know?
Well, there's money now. So the
Yeah.
men are going to infiltrate. They go where the money is. And
Ah,
it's like the W has now become a place where a coach can make $1 million or more.
yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, that's an opportunity. And then they just have more experience because it's been in place for far longer.
Yeah.
And you just kind of go, I mean, the guy that got the Liberty job, he's been part of the Warriors for a long time, and he's apparently a really good guy.
Oh,
And
I'm sure he is, but it's like,
yeah,
oh Lord, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's like if there can't be or it's not accepted for the NBA, for a
no, I
woman,
agree with you. I
why
agree with you.
why have a guy? You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
remember when they didn't even allow women. Oh my God, for on the sidelines of football.
Oh,
I
I
remember
know.
all the problems of that.
Yeah.
So it's like you go up a little bit and you go back down. It's
Yeah, it's
craziness.
one step forward, two steps back.
It
I
is.
know.
It's crazy. But that Arrival starts January 5th.
Yep.
Here it's on TNT. Where's it on for you?
I
Actually,
don't have regular TV. I just have streaming platforms,
okay.
so I get it on HBO Max.
So you'll be able to get it there.
Yeah,
And
I'll be able to watch all those games. But
how
see,
do you
I
watch?
wish that was the way for college. Like, why not just put
No.
it on a thing? Like,
Yeah.
there's so many streaming things. It's like you can't get TNT.
Yeah. No, I
There's
get
no
you.
TNT.
I get you. And and that's the other thing. It's like of like today's Saturday. I could get any college football game there is on just regular
Right.
stations. Never mind going to ESPN. Can't find stuff. It's
I know.
craziness for
Well,
women.
that's
I
been the
can't.
problem. That's been the problem for the WNBA since its
Yeah,
inception. They started
exactly.
finally putting it on a channel at least.
Yeah, and oh,
Boom.
it's popular. Yeah,
Like, I know. Like, hello.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
geez, maybe like put it on TV. And, I mean, I missed so many years of the WNBA because you couldn't watch it.
Exactly.
Like,
That's why I ended up going there. That's why I
yeah,
was there because, it's like you physically, but I didn't watch it at the very beginning because it wasn't even forget it. You couldn't catch it on anything. There wasn't a
no,
YouTube to watch. You're not
no,
going to find, too many. It's craziness, you know?
yeah.
I was showing somebody the other day me playing softball that I happen to have a little clip from 19 like 87. I said, you got to understand, we didn't have anything. I'm
Yeah.
lucky I have that little snippet. So if you want to go back to watch the inception of the WNBA, it's hard to go by. We
Well,
didn't
even
have YouTube.
college. I mean, the only thing
Yeah,
they even put on TV was the national championship game, and that was even barely on.
right.
And I remember watching USC win with Cheryl Miller, and I
Yeah,
remember seeing Nancy Lieberman play. But Annie Myers, who's a little older than us,
yeah,
I remember hearing of her, and I remember the Pacers giving her a contract, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's a publicity stunt." Annie Myers was a great player. She was a great player. I mean, is she going to compete with the men? They're just too darn tall. It's
right,
like basketball's I mean, I think she's like 5'10". And, as NBA guards go, I mean, there's very few 5'10" guards, point guards.
right.
And, but it was a start. But I've always been so disappointed in how long it's taken. Like I thought we were close. When I was in college, I thought, okay, cool. Maybe in a couple of years there'll be a league for me to, I can still play in. I graduated in 1984. it took 13 years
Yeah, I
for the
know.
WNBA to show up.
And we're
13.
still dealing with the fact that you got to fight. That's what I'm saying. I mean, what do you think's going to happen with, do you think that, they're going to finally, Kathy, which of course she's just the mouthpiece, they're going to have some agreement by this next,
I
what
think
is
they
it?
will.
January 9th.
It's
They got
in
till January 9th.
I mean, the owners, like all these teams that have just invested all this money, there's no way they're going to let that not happen.
Yeah.
There's no way. And you have two brand new teams that are starting up. That's going to throw everything for them. I mean, that's going to be really hard for the Tempo and the Portland Fire to, it's already probably difficult for them because there's no, okay, where do we go from here? Because nothing's in place yet.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think it. I mean, maybe I'm naive, but I can't imagine the owners going, "Yeah, no, we'll just let this slide this year."
God, I can't imagine that would be I mean, just cutting your nose off to spite your face, I guess, at that point. But hey, as a local thing, did you hear that what the Rockets owner is looking to purchase the Connecticut Sun?
I was just going to bring that up. I saw that.
Jesus, I'm like, oh God, are you staying in Connecticut, buddy? That's all I want to know. You know what I mean? You're gonna purchase and give them some place to train, and let's not move our girls out. But I just did hear that.
Yeah, well, it just came out yesterday
Yeah.
that there was they've agreed to buy them, but it has to go through like league. I would hope that they'd keep them in Connecticut
Protocol.
or keep them in New
Hope
England
so.
at least.
Yeah, exactly. Do it. Keep them in New England. If they're not going to
I
be
mean,
in
the states
Connecticut,
are so
come around
small.
here.
I mean, you can drive through Connecticut in 3 hours. Try that in California.
Yeah, no, you'd still
You
be
can't get
driving.
anywhere in California in 3 hours.
You'd still be driving. I got to give the nod to Asia Wilson. She got Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year.
Yep,
You
she
know, she
did.
got the cover story, and boy, she had a hell of a year, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. She
She
did.
did.
You
What
know,
are you
I
gonna
I
do?
actually I mean, I have nothing against Asia Wilson, but like in the past she has played like um she hasn't let her game speak for itself. There's always this, acknowledge me kind of thing.
Yeah,
And it's like, well, who isn't acknowledging you? I mean, for the last couple of years, everybody's been saying, oh, she's the best player in the world. Like, why do you have this chip on your shoulder? And it's just not, I don't enjoy watching that.
yeah,
And it's like, okay, I understand, you have that chip on your shoulder, but just let your game speak for itself and let the chips fall where they may. And you don't need that.
bravado. That's
It's
youth, though,
just,
too.
it's
You know?
like, oh, I get, everybody's following me. Well, I've never seen anyone set more moving screens than Asia Wilson.
No.
And they never get called.
Yeah,
They never get called. And it's like, okay, why are you letting this go for her and you call it on everybody else?
yeah,
And it's like, okay, she doesn't need a chip on her shoulder. She's getting the favorable whistle here.
yeah.
But she's a great player. And it's like, you're watching some of the young players and you go, okay, what is the thing that Asia Wilson has that makes her so hard to stop? Well, she's 6'5" to start, and she has developed this little jumper.
Yes, she has.
It's that little 8-foot jumper, so she doesn't have to go banging. She just has the little
Yeah,
fadeaway, boom,
with a little bit of lean back.
and she scores almost every time on that. And
Yeah,
it's like, I keep waiting for someone like Lauren Betts, like, she's in college or whatever. Lauren Betts powers to the hoop and she has that down great. But oh my God, you're 6'7". Just hold the ball up, turn around and shoot it.
how
Like,
many times did we say that with Brittany Griner last year? Come on, Brittany.
oh man. Like,
You
why are
know?
you forcing it? Just
Yeah,
take what they give you. Like,
yeah,
develop that little 5-foot shot. No one's going to stop that. Asia Wilson has proven that.
yeah,
You can't I mean, even when you're at that height, get the ball up high, hold it up high, and just boom, up
yeah,
and in,
yeah.
easy peasy.
She
And you
she
see,
that poster of the 2.2 left on the clock
Yeah.
over Bonner and Thomas, it's like a Michael Jordan moment for girls.
Yeah.
That's
Women.
one hell of a picture.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
for real, it is. You know,
Yeah.
she's just leaning back, taking the shot and the game winner. I'm like, there it is. You
But
only
that's
need
the
one
difference for
shot.
her. You have a lot of other centers and fives that don't do that.
Yeah,
And that's what makes her game, I mean, she's also, she can hit 3-point shots and she's developing all that part of her game, but it's just like let your game speak for itself.
yeah,
I don't want like I can't stand when they do that stuff. It's like, oh God, it's just not fun to watch.
yeah.
Like, okay, come on. I understand, but just let your game speak for itself. There's
It
plenty
should.
there to speak for itself.
And
Just let it speak for itself.
the game is going to change come May. I
Yeah.
mean, regardless of what happens with the new players come in, everything changes again. Things switch, and here we go again. There'll be
Yeah.
a whole new, aspect. That they get to the point, she'll be at the point as she gets older. You get to the point now where you're like, holy crap, this kid's are really fast,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, we've played enough sports to know, holy smokes, like the new
Yeah.
ones coming up are a little quicker, and that's what
I don't know
she'll
if they're
start to,
quicker. I think you're just older. And
that's
you're
right.
just not as quick anymore.
Right? That's what I mean. That's what she's gonna
Yeah.
start to experience that. And that,
Yeah.
you know, sorry, but that's not a good feeling. It's like,
No.
oh man, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't. So, but hey, like you said, that's what growing older and looking so good. Mm,
Yeah.
you know? But we'll let you go to work. What do you want to do? We'll handle Unrivaled come January 5th. You want to meet again? Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, no, let's just meet every Saturday from now on. I
Cool.
mean,
Yeah.
because Unrivaled's going to go right into the WNBA, and I'm sure there's going to
There we
be
go.
more WNBA news coming out probably over the next month.
Yeah.
They'll get something done. I have full confidence that they're going to get something done because they can't afford not to.
Yeah. No, they can't. And
Neither side can afford not to.
the fans are waiting. But
Yeah.
until then,
I mean, look at how anxious. Look at it. Look at how anxious we are. Just can't wait for it to start.
I
Like,
know.
please give me some
I
basketball.
know. I exactly. I can't wait for it because I'm
Yeah.
done with football and I can't find anything else on the freaking TV that's a women's sport.
Yeah.
Even though we have all this women's sports stuff going on. So
Yeah.
frustrating. But
Yeah.
anywho, I'll let you go to work, my friend. Good to see you. Happy
Yep.
again, happy belated birthday
Thank
and
you.
many more in good health.